Hello, my name is Jessica, and I'm here basically to talk about multiple sclerosis and how it has affected my life, and hopefully some of you out there could get a better understanding of it and help cope with it if you do have the disease or know anyone with it. For some background, my mother was diagnosed in 1998 with multiple sclerosis. She was bedridden for a while, and we didn't know what was going on. I guess multiple sclerosis wasn't a really big thing back then, but she went from using a cane to a walker to a manual wheelchair and now ultimately to a motorized wheelchair. So when I grew up, all I knew was my mom was sick, and I didn't know what was going on. I was 8 years old, and I was just worried about her. Well, as I grew up and got to know the disease a little bit more, I found a respect for my mom, how she had dealt with the disease and everything. She is the strongest person I know. I mean, her symptoms with the leg swelling, she's immobile, she can't walk. She could stand a little bit, but barely. She has pain, foot cramps, leg spasms, but she has channeled all her stress and anxiety with this disease into something she loves. She is an artist, and she does paintings and makes jewelry and does a bunch of crafts, and when she had to quit her job and go on disability, this is what she does, and it's something she loves, and I admire her for that very much. She's very talented. But in 2005, I was diagnosed with MS as well. The day I was diagnosed was the worst day of my life. I was 14. My grandpa actually picked me up from school, and he was very quiet. He asked me how school was, and I said, school, I hate it. But as I got to my house, I noticed that my aunts and uncles were there, and I'm like, oh, are we having a party? And they were all sitting on the back porch and not talking, so I was like, what's going on? Well, my mother sat me down, and my family was around me, and my mom said the doctor called because I was having chronic migraines and didn't know what was going on, so he ordered an MRI. And I guess the MRI results came back and talked to my mom, and there was scarring on my brain, the lesions. So my mom told me that you have the same disease Mommy has. And I didn't know what to think, actually. I thought I was going to be in a wheelchair right away because my mom's disease was so deteriorating that I thought I was going to be just like that, but that wasn't the case because come to find out, every case of MS is different with different symptoms and everything, but it was hard, but that was the worst day of my life. But today, I'm 21 now, going on 7 years being diagnosed with this disease. My mom's going on 15 years, and it's just me and her. I'm her primary caregiver, but I'm making this video so most of my friends and family and people out there could have a better understanding of what's going on. Well, when I was diagnosed with MS, basically just had scarring on my brain lesions, so I didn't have really any symptoms. I was walking fine. All I had was these chronic migraines. Well, a year later, I was 15, just about to get my driver's permit. I was so excited, and I woke up one morning completely blind, and I'm like, oh gosh, what's going on? And they rushed me to the hospital and diagnosed with optic neuritis, which is a symptom of MS. And I did regain 100% vision in my left eye and only 40% in my right eye, which is permanent, so I can't really see that good out of my right eye. I mean, my peripherals are a little off, but that was my first major symptom. And I was hospitalized for 2 weeks, but I did pass my driver's test, learn how to live, not seeing 100%, but that was kind of hard because I was scared and everything, but I got through it. The second time that I had a major flare-up was I lost all the muscle in my left arm. It was skin and bone, and I looked like two completely different arms, and I was hospitalized for that. And thankfully, those were the only 2 times I was hospitalized, knock on wood. But to better understand it, the symptoms I have, I want my friends and family and people out there to understand that it is a hard disease, and I do put on a brave face. This is the first time I'm actually coming out there and trying to help people and trying to let them understand what is going on with my life and that could be going on in other people's lives that they just don't know how to explain. Extreme fatigue. I get, there's days when I don't even want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. Getting up in the morning, it's hard. It takes me a while to get going, but the fatigue, it gets bad, really bad. It's bad. But some days are better than others. Cognitive issues, actually, as you could tell, I'm kind of having a hard time remembering stuff and forming sentences, so I have my notebook that has my notes on it, but I do forget a lot and lose my train of thought a lot, and that comes with the disease. Also, leg spasms, which are painful at times, and I have leg pain where I feel like my legs are on fire, and restless leg syndrome. I get these numbing tinglies in my fingertips and toes, and it feels like someone's taking a needle to them almost. That happens every now and then. More recently, my mobility has been a little bad. I've developed foot drop or drop foot, whatever you like to call it, in my left foot, where basically the muscle in your ankle, you go to lift your foot up and it just spasms down. So it's hard for me to walk really, but I've been wearing an ankle brace and it seems to help a little bit. Muscle dystrophy in my hand. I don't know, you can't really tell, but this hand doesn't have any muscle, and unfortunately with physical therapy I went through, it's not going to really come back, so it's hard to use this hand. I drop a lot of things, but another symptom I have are extreme mood swings from the stress, and I tend to take it out on people that I shouldn't take it out on, so I've recently been journaling my feelings, so that has been helping, but the mood swings are bad. I mean, kinda. Depression that comes with it. Some days I think, why is this happening to me? My mom has it, and I remember when I was little, every birthday cake I had, I always wished that my mom didn't have this disease, that there would be a cure for it, and I actually sometimes thought I wish I had this disease instead of her so I could see her walk again. Well, I did get my wish, but every case of MS is different. The foot swelling, where there's times when you get foot cramps and foot swelling and you just can't, you need nothing to touch your feet, you can't do them, and you can't walk or anything. There's times with that. And another symptom with the MS is my mother and I do not have any immune system, basically. So if you have a cold or anything, we will most likely catch it. So a big thing is you need to keep up on your vitamins. That's what I've learned. Vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin B12, that does give you energy. Medication-wise, I was on beta-seron since I was 14. That's an injectable. I had to do shots every other day, and I did not want to do it. There was days when I cried when I had to do it, but thankfully I was recently approved in a clinical trial for Gilenya, which is an oral medication, and I've been on that, and it has been working. Medications for MS, it's not a cure or anything, it just stops the progression of MS slowly. It doesn't stop it completely, but like I said, I've only been hospitalized twice in the 7 years, and it helps slow the progression. And I'm thankful that I don't have to take shots anymore. My mother, on the other hand, her neurologist said that even any injectables won't do anything on her part, because she has primary progressive multiple sclerosis, and I have relapsing remitting. And the difference between that is my mom's case is she goes downhill slowly and constantly. And with my case, I go in remission, which I am in remission now, thank God, but it has been hard. Recently, my boyfriend and I went to an amusement park, and I had to use a wheelchair for the first time. And needless to say, I felt horrible, the anxiety of it, knowing that I had to depend on a wheelchair. But I've come to the conclusion that if need be, I will try anything to help my mobility, and with the support of my boyfriend and my friends and my mom, it has gotten easier. When I need to use a cane, even grocery shopping, it's hard for me now. But in the 7 years that I've had MS, I'm at my worst point now, so I'm realizing that there's good days and bad days, and even though sometimes the bad days usually outweigh the good days, you need to take it day by day. The biggest thing that has got me through this challenge in life is my mother. She is the strongest person I know, and with her support, I just look up to her so much. How she handles herself is amazing. I mean, she has her falls every now and then, and it's hard to get her back up, but she is so strong with how she handles herself, and I haven't been that strong. It's been hard for me, especially because I was diagnosed so young, and it's scary, but she has got me through this. My advice to you out there, if you know anyone, or if you do have this disease, you need to find some way of support. My mom and I used to go to a support group, and I used to go as her caregiver, and now I go as another MS-er, so support groups do help a lot. And I don't really understand that some people out there, like I was, don't know how to reach out for support, and that's why I'm doing this video. If you or if anyone has MS or anything, feel free to, I'm here if you have any questions. When I first had my really bad attacks and flare-ups, I was trolling the internet to see if anyone out there who is in the same position as me, who has a mother with an MS, and me being so young with it, and it was hard to find anyone to really talk to, but I'm making this video to reach out if anyone else is in my position and to help better understand this disease. There are days when I feel like giving up, but then I look at my mother and her support, and I know there's other people out there who are going in the same position as me, and I have to thank God that I don't have a worse scenario in my life. I mean, MS is bad, but it could be worse, and you need to cope with it. You need to be strong. I've come to the conclusion that I have MS, but MS does not have me. And, see, I lost my train of thought again with this cognitive issues, but I just want people out there to better understand what's going on, what could ultimately be going on with people that you love with MS, or if you're going through this. Like I said, you need to find a way of support, and you need to keep up on a healthy diet. I mean, I'm one to talk. Everyone says, oh, you have to have a healthy diet to be healthy, but with MS, it's really important to have a healthy diet. It does help, and take your vitamins. I mean, I'm one to talk. I love me some Taco Bell and McDonald's, but you need to get your fruits and veggies in, but Also, recently, my neurologist has said that I've been having anxiety attacks, but with journaling and I used to be a social butterfly in high school and stuff, and I've actually cut back a lot on going out and everything because I feel that I don't know if people want to deal with me who has this disease, and I don't want to be a burden on people. But I've come to the realization that if someone, I don't feel that, that was just in my head, and people out there will support you if you let them in, and that's what I'm doing now. And basically, we're gonna fight this. We're gonna one day find a cure. This is a very debilitating disease and very unpredictable. Every case is different, and hopefully we could all one day go together and hopefully have a cure for this, so this won't be as bad as a disease that it is today. Right now, that's really all I could say. I might upload another video just for better understanding if people do watch this and want to reach out. You can feel free to contact me if you need any help or just want to talk or anything, but I've finally come to the realization that this is not the end of my life. This is something that I have to cope with, and I will cope with it. If I need to be in a wheelchair, I will push myself in confidence with that and lose some arm flap in the process, hopefully. But, yeah, I'm not sure how to end this, but basically, hopefully that one day we will find a control for this and cure. Thank you for listening, and feel free if you need any help. I probably will post this on my Facebook and post this on YouTube, so like I said, this is the first time I ever made one of these videos, so bear with me. My name is Jessica, and thank you for listening.